Hi guys, welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Movies about great things, terrible things, and all things bloody. I am your host, Noah. With me forever is Ryan.
I'm the baby Hermit to your Roger Rabbit.
And Vince.
Hello.
And we did a real classic, a true classic this time.
Yeah, you can call this a classic.
I'm not gonna take any BS about it.
Yeah, God damn it.
We watched the 1988 classic Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And
Who indeed?
I mean,
Can you say that without the question mark? Because there's no question mark in this movie. Because apparently question marks are bad. It's either bad luck or like bad for marketing.
What, putting it in the
Putting a question mark
title?
in there. Yeah, that's why there's no.
No, that's right. So, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, definitively.
Who? Was it you? So I mean, I don't know what could be said about this that hasn't already been said. It's a wonderful movie. This is probably the peak. This came out in 1988.
It's influential for a lot of people, I think, our age.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching it. It's still like some of it looks a bit off, but it's still an amazing feat in cinema.
It's one of those things where it's hard to say it looks fake because like it's cartoon characters interacting with real people. So like, how's that supposed to look?
Yeah, I know.
So it's like it's one of those things that it still looks good. I mean,
no, but there's just like there's some things like when some of the toons are carrying real objects like guns and stuff. It looks kind of like.
But still, man, I was like reading the details of this,
which was pretty interesting. Instead of them carrying cartoon guns, they have real guns.
Yeah,
which kind of
whereas the real guy carries a cartoon gun.
Yeah, so I mean, it all comes full circle.
But no, man, I was reading just the headaches of because this is before digital animation, so it's all hand drawn.
Yeah,
which hand drawn animation is fucking crazy.
And they had to take a fucking picture of every frame too
and
to
compensate for the lighting
it,
and do the shadows.
Yeah, they drew shadows, and I was looking at some of the places.
Yeah, it's incredible.
They had the guy playing Roger standing in.
Charles Fleischer,
in costume.
Wow.
He did also Benny the Cab and Greasy and Psycho. I think two of the.
I remember when I was a kid, this came out though. I didn't realize that Roger was invented for this movie though. Like when I was a kid, I didn't realize.
You thought he was a character.
Yeah, because when I kind of came into it, like he was already into Disney merchandising stuff. So, but I had never seen anything else with him in it.
Yeah, but he kind of did become.
Yeah, and the whole point of this movie is using licensed characters, which is the big. Almost like not even I wouldn't say what the fuck moment, but you take notice of
when you see like Donald Duck and Daffy Duck on stage together, playing piano. It's pretty groundbreaking. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when Marvel and DC joined forces for like 8 comic books.
Yeah, because I was looking into it because it's a Disney production.
Yeah,
and Warner Brothers only let them.
But that was one of the constituents that Warner Brothers said they'd only allow the use of their biggest stars if they had equal screen time with the Disney characters.
That's why they share.
So every time you see Donald, he's with Donald Duck. Every time you see Bugs Bunny, he's with Mickey. Or whatever. So
it's better than having to like time it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they also can't milk better than the other, like the Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, piano off.
Yeah, that's it. They were still both losers in the end.
More of a Daffy man myself.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Disney's.
Well, yeah, well, Daffy, Donald Duck's a bit more childish, and it's Disney, but Warner Brothers is always a.
But he always had the anger management issue, but he also had impossible to understand.
But I always found like Warner Brothers cartoon stuff was always a bit more intelligent. Like it like adults can enjoy it too, type of thing.
Well,
like,
they had the war propaganda movies.
Yeah. So did Disney.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, well...
But for whose side?
War propaganda movies aside, let's talk about this.
There's a war on the toons.
There certainly was. So I guess the best way to sum up this movie would be, in a world where cartoons and real life people, or 3D, I don't know, humans?
Humans and cartoons. Cartoons are
live together.
Alive. There's no explanation of how this happens.
You can't kill them.
They just coexist in this universe.
They just coexist. They live in this weird parallel universe.
Yeah, Toontown.
Yeah, the Upside Down.
Yeah, it takes place in the late 40s.
Late 40s.
47. In Hollywood.
Mentioned it's a full-on parody of film noir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reading of there's a bunch of essays and stuff like people saying it's a sequel or a kind of parody remake of Chinatown.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah.
Well, we had a write-in question.
Really?
About this movie when I announced we were doing it and looking for guests.
Okay.
A future guest, fingers crossed, Nick Raz will be joining us, and he was saying we had to bring up the question whether or not this movie was a sequel to Chinatown.
A sequel? I've never seen Chinatown.
No, it's not. It's not a sequel.
Well,
they just share.
It's not a sequel.
They just share some similarities.
I think he was making a joke.
It is, but I understand in the plot. It's a pretty adult plot. Like the scheme.
Like they both take place in the same time in Los Angeles. They're both main characters is hired to take a picture of the man having an affair. They both had tragic experiences or in a certain part of LA.
Vince, you're spoiling the plot for the movie.
Not really.
I know. Anyone who hasn't seen this, I don't know what you were waiting for. I guess they're waiting for us to do this.
You're waiting for us. You're welcome, audience. You're welcome.
So the movie opens up with an old-timey cartoon.
And I will say, though, I think the fact that it's set in the 40s adds to that timeless era of it. Like, it ages very well.
Yeah.
It's not dated. Mostly because it is like a parody of the 40s movies of that era. So.
And especially because it's Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
Hollywood's still very fresh and young, the golden age.
Yeah.
So it opens up with an old-timey cartoon, a Baby Herman, Roger Rabbit combo cartoon.
Yeah, it was kind of reminding me of the baby and the dog from Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Sweetie Pie and...
Yeah, I'm literally thinking the entire Animaniacs song in my head, waiting for the...
Anyways, it's a cartoon produced by Maroon Cartoons.
Which I love that name for some Arcade Maroon Cartoons. Is that it just like it rolls off the tongue.
What a maroon.
Arcade Maroon.
Maroon Cartoons. Which
just like in that thing we just watched, the comparison between the book and the movie.
Yeah, because it's based off a book which Disney quickly snatched up, almost less than a year later for film rights for it.
Who censored Roger Rabbit?
It was in developmental hell for years. Zemeckis approached to do it.
Terry Gilliam was offered it.
Yeah,
he said no because he regrets it now, but because he was like, it was just laziness on my part. But he thought it would be too technically demanding.
Yeah, because it's not the first time something like this has happened.
And I don't know if this movie would have been as good as it was. I love Terry Gilliam.
Yeah,
but I don't know if he would be the right person to handle.
Yeah, because it's not like groundbreaking. Mary Poppins and Bedknobs and Broomsticks had done. Crossing over with live action animation.
Two of my favorite movies also.
Yeah.
Song of the South.
Yeah, even Song of the South they did it.
Peach Dragon.
Yeah, I know the Zemeckis wanted to do it, but he'd only directed flops at that point, so they said no way. It wasn't until later on when Spielberg got involved, his production company. And after...
he had done Romancing the Stone.
Well, it wasn't until Zemeckis did Romancing the Stone Back to the Future where they're like, okay, no, you can...
All right.
We can trust you with this.
You got this.
You got the idea.
Mm-hmm. But it starts with a filming of a skit, their little comedy skit.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, like Baby and a Stogie or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Baby Herman.
No, Baby wants a cookie or something.
Yeah, cookie craze.
Yeah. He just wants that fucking cookie, man.
And
it was brilliant. Like, it's just like...
It's hardcore, like, Warner Brothers style.
Yeah.
Like... Tom and Jerry-esque. Who's one I was reading Tom and Jerry was a few characters they couldn't get.
Super slapsticky.
Yeah.
Just like
frying pans to the face.
Yeah. No, it's just a Rube Goldberg disaster. Just like bang, bang, bang.
And
and he blows the take by
by having birds.
He's like, stick to the script,
not stars.
Yeah, he had to have stars circling his head when it got a fridge dropped.
That was the director Raoul J. Raoul. That's Joel Silver. I saw in the credits. After.
Yeah, we were like, what, Joel Silver?
And if you notice, like when he's like he's pissed off, fuming, like walking off the soundstage, you see this guy on stilts. But he's standing on the legs of that you see in the cartoon earlier, back in the day, those cartoons. It was just like the adults, you would just see the legs.
Yeah, like it's like a Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, but cartoon. You see like backstage that it's just some guy on the stuff, and I was like, I had never noticed that.
It's pretty cool. Oh my god, that's great. Rewound it.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't just had a field day with like the backgrounds on this film.
No, this wasn't animated. This was live action.
They were live action. Well, obviously in the cartoon they were, but like, so that's it. There's like things that are, and if you notice too, like in the background, you see all the props, like the cookie jar and stuff. That's like you see that as real, not animated anymore. It's like, so I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting.
What is it, RK Maroon?
RK Maroon and Maroon Cartoons.
RK Maroon notices that Roger keeps blowing his lines because he seems very distracted. So he hires
Eddie Valiant.
But I kept writing down Bob Hoskins.
Okay, Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Doing his best impersonation of Bob Hoskins during Mario Brothers when he was just drinking constantly.
Yeah, it was a very slurred...
Bob Hoskins, who I first came exposed to was Smee.
Really? This was my first exposure to him.
Okay.
So I've always just known him as Eddie Valiant.
Yeah, Bob Hoskins, almost Wolverine.
Really?
Earlier when they were trying to like get earlier versions of it made, like
what, in like the 90s? 80s?
Yeah, like around like 90s era, like
Bob Hoskins as Wolverine?
Well, he's short and squat. This was before like Wolverine was considered like sexy. He was just like this short, squat, angry dude.
Yeah, I could see that.
Certainly is.
And Bob, like I said, Bob Hoskins.
So
Doomsday.
what made Wolverine sexy in the cartoons?
I think it was the idea. He
animated?
became an attractive character, and then he became like the character itself became so popular. So I think by the time they got to the movies, they're like, we gotta get a good looking dude.
Right.
And then went after Hugh Jackman.
Hey, bub.
How's it going? Is it perspiration?
Eddie Valiant playing a very good drunk detective.
Yep. Who we should all say originally Spielberg offered it to Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Who they couldn't afford. Ford I could have seen doing.
Chevy Chase was considered also.
See, with other guys, they said like Bill Murray, who turned it down. He didn't even know he got offered it till years later.
Yeah, because he has no agent.
Robert Redford, or Jack Nicholson apparently. Sylvester Stallone.
Nicholson would have been funny.
Wallace Shawn.
What?
Ed Harris, Charles Grodin.
Ed Harris, I could totally see. Ed Harris,
cool.
I could see it do it because like I can see comedians do like Eddie Murphy or Bill Murray because even playing it straight, they're still funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Bill Murray playing straight, that's almost his bit to begin with. He would play it like too detached. Eddie Murphy would just be like his Pluto Nash performance.
Oh God.
Like he tried to play too cool.
I think although Bob Hoskins can be funny,
he can be really funny, but he plays gruff. Like this is his character.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Well, because
Ed Harris
wasn't in the book. He's more like the hard-boiled detective,
yeah.
the bogey kind of.
Mm-hmm. He's a smooth operator. This one, he's a washed up. You can buy him as like a drunk, down and out, depressed.
Yeah,
detective.
well.
But I think the Murray could have been interesting.
I would have. It would have been interesting to see it, but like again, he would have been not enough of a foil for Roger.
Right.
Like even when Bill Murray's not trying to be funny, he's funny. It's that charm he has.
Yeah, I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, too bad Bill Murray wasn't in this. We'll rewrite it with him.
That's what he made up for it with Space Jam.
There's some interesting possible role choices for Judge Doom. Mm-hmm. Also, there's like you say before Tim Curry,
which was apparently too scary.
Was way too scary. I guess he got to prove that in It later.
Yeah.
You want to see scary, huh?
Yeah.
Tim Curry. Who else? Christopher Lee was considered, but he turned it down.
I could see it, but
it's too obvious.
Christopher Lloyd is so good.
John Cleese.
What?
I could kind of see it.
Roddy McDowell, Eddie Deason, and Sting.
The Sting?
The wrestler.
No. He body slams them. I'm
gonna destroy Toontown.
I could have seen Eddie Deason doing it, but Christopher Lloyd is such a weird cartoon character of a man to begin with.
Yeah.
Spoilers. That it works. He's unblinking the whole film. It looks like a weird.
He looks a lot like the head Nazi in
Raiders. Yeah.
Raiders, right?
Yeah, the Gazpacho.
Gazpachos. The Gestapo.
Yeah, the creepy motherfucker.
What was his name? Something with an M.
I just call him creepy guy who wouldn't take his leather coat off in the desert. He carries nunchucks as that coat hanger.
You know it's hot as hell in the desert. Anyways, whatever. Another day.
Yeah, we'll get into Steven Spielberg produced films or directed another time.
So RK Maroon sees that Roger is having a lot of trouble focusing.
Mm-hmm.
So he hires drunk detective Eddie Valiant.
Because he knows he's having trouble with his wife.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit's having trouble with his wife.
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit. The beautiful Jessica Rabbit.
Mm.
We'll definitely get into how...
Voiced by Kathleen Turner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Casper's Kathleen Turner.
Good for you, lady.
Romancing the Stones, Kathleen
V.I.
Turner.
Wachowski's Kathleen Turner.
Uncredited.
What? She was in another terrible movie.
Oh,
Under.
we can keep naming them, dude.
Yeah,
Some
There's
movie with
She
like
sounds
Dennis
as
Quaid, and they're CIA undercover CIA operatives, but they have kids. Or
Oh,
something.
see, I was gonna say, was it the William Hurt one, the sexy one?
No.
No, that was like Basic Kid or whatever. She's got a hot voice, not as hot of a woman right now
That's okay.
these days,
It
but it's
doesn't
cool.
matter.
She's still Jessica Rabbit to me.
Always. So
She
he
has
tells
that
Eddie...
sultry voice.
He tells Eddie Valiant to put a tail on Jessica Rabbit.
Which because Eddie Valiant hates tunes,
Yeah.
wants nothing to do with them,
Yeah, so he charges a hefty sum of $100.
and pours himself a drink.
Steals himself a drink,
Yeah.
basically. And we got our first cameo, actually, from Disney.
Dumbo. Yeah. You get to pay him and Pete, who got him on loan from Disney. Which brings into the whole idea of like tunes as property later on, because they say later on that Toontown itself isn't owned by the Toons.
Yeah, so Toontown seems to be owned by Marvin Acme, creator of Acme Gags. You know, if it's an Acme, it's a gasser.
Yeah, which I mean, I imagine Wile E. Coyote was very annoyed at this man.
It's okay. I wonder if we can get sponsorship from Acme.
Yeah, this is Acme Mike's.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I love that
Mm-hmm.
is made by Acme, because
Well, that's how he
obviously
got to own Toontown.
in cartoons, well, mainly the Warner Brothers. I wonder if that is copyrighted as something like.
It would have
Acme.
to be. I want to say I've seen products that have Acme on it, like
Yeah.
at least as a licensing brand.
Because I know they used it in Animaniacs also, which
Yeah,
is
Warner
owned by
Brothers.
Warner Brothers. So
Yeah, I think it's
I wonder if Warner Brothers owns that
They have to.
because
Similar to like a Wonka thing, like
Yeah.
Or it's one of those things where you just can't own it. It's like in
public
the
domain. Yeah. Well,
because
it's
literally
definitely not
everything's it's like Acme Smoke, Acme this.
It's true, yeah, and it's a Disney production. Yeah, I think it must be public domain. But they were already using, again, the rights things. Who knows? Because they are using Warner Brothers stuff, like characters, but not exclusively.
So after the lowdown of what Valiant's got to do, he heads back to his office and the bar.
Yeah.
Doesn't even make it inside the office.
Well,
Actually,
the bar, which is located, it's a really charming set. Like the set in the.
Also, we forgot to mention how he got to the bar.
Oh yeah, he got on a trolley.
Yeah,
which he
but
couldn't. He
couldn't afford.
He tried to pay it by showing his check.
Yeah, to which point the guy's like, "Oh, I'm not a bank."
Okay, which is he hops on the back of it.
Yeah, with a bunch of kids.
A bunch of kids whom he later buys smokes off of, or they just give him.
Yeah,
smokes.
they give him smokes. He's like, "Hey, thanks for the smokes, kids."
Yeah, he pulls a Ricky.
Yeah, and he heads over to the bar where his main woman Dolores works.
Yeah, his on again, off again girlfriend, whom he owes a lot of money to.
Yep, at least $100. And she finds out that he's doing it to go to Toontown.
Yeah, and the bus is the bar's located in like a bus station.
Yeah, it is. Right?
Repairs. I like that. I like that old timey public transit.
But it's also like an old speakeasy because there's that secret room behind that we see later, which was pretty cool. Work the eye holes.
Yeah, and we also see some of the put Moe's to shame, the level of like comedic drunks.
Oh, barflies.
Barflies.
The barflies at what is it, bus terminal station?
Yeah.
Bar.
Oh. I dare you come up with a sadder thing than that.
Yeah, we find out that the Cloverleaf Company is starting to buy up everything in town, including the trolley system, the red cars or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Well,
take a nickel.
We get a little more exposition. Find out that Eddie Valiant's brother was killed by a toon.
Yep.
Super duper sad.
That were they are both very comedic characters. They were jokesters, as we see in the police force.
Yeah, through a montage of pictures.
Which is a fucking really great transition shot. Turns into.
Yeah.
Because like he passes out his office / bedroom because the
Yeah.
file cabinet's turned into his bed.
Yeah, it's a Murphy bed of cabinets.
He hasn't cleaned his brother's side of the desk since he's dead because it's got an inch of dust.
Oh yeah.
And everything's set up. But yeah, they transition, tell the story through photos, show don't tell, and then they pan back up and it's the morning.
Yeah, and he's passed out at his desk.
He also borrows his Dolores' camera.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Because he needs to get photos as evidence.
Yeah.
That's the only way he'll get the other half of them check. So what happens?
Like
So,
he goes to the Toon bar.
oh yeah, the all Toon review.
Yeah, where Toons aren't allowed entrance, but they can work there.
Yeah, they're only allowed to work and entertain.
Yeah, some segregation shit right there.
Truly is. And do you remember what the password was to get in?
Fuck, what am I blanking on? Yeah. No, I don't.
Walt sent me.
There you go.
Very subtle, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Real subtle.
Well, so was Nice Monkey Suit.
Yeah, to the giant ape working the doors of the bouncer.
Ooga booga.
Yeah.
That's what he tells about.
Yeah, which was racist.
Well, no, he's an ape.
Yeah, let's go.
What else can you say to him? Like,
Hey, how's it going? He spoke English.
yeah, but he's...
Yeah, but he did the monkey thing, like the scratching your armpit and ooga booga, you know, like.
Oh, I was uncalled for.
Are you gonna go there?
I'm going there, buddy. I'm going there.
Not going anywhere.
I'm going there, Jerry.
Not going anywhere. Anyways, this is one of the best scenes in the movie where Daffy and Donald
Yeah.
are both on stage playing almost like a dueling banjo
Dueling
style.
We're like.
Yeah.
Who's playing Did You
Ding
Enjoy
ding
More?
ding 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 ding.
It seemed like Donald's a bit more classical, whereas Daffy's was a bit more loony.
Yeah, it was more piano.
Piano.
That was a self high five, not a real
Self
high five.
high five.
Yeah.
Not a real
Good self high five, Ryan. Thank you.
No, stop high fiving yourself. Another thing that happens in this what do you call it? All Toon review. We see Marvin Acme.
Yeah, who plays one of the most annoying motherfuckers you ever want to meet.
I was shocked that he has the disappearing ink gag.
Well, that's how he says hello, is that he shoots ink onto his shirt.
Yeah. Oh, I've never met you before.
Yeah.
What the hell? You ruined my shirt. Like, don't worry, it's disappearing ink.
Yeah. Pretty funny, huh? Here's a joy buzzer.
Yeah, let me zap your hand.
Is where also he orders a scotch on the rocks.
Yeah.
And by that he meant ice. But he gets it back and it's full of rocks.
Well, you're in a cartoon.
To his dismay,
They
he
could be
just
whiskey
goes
stones, though.
toons.
Toon.
As he starts sucking on those rocks, he's not letting any booze to waste.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's still booze in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We also see that Betty Boop has...
Which
hit
is
hard.
funny because now they have these things, these rocks.
Yeah,
you put in the
whiskey
freezer,
stones. Yeah.
and you put them in this, you know.
Yeah, it keeps them from watering it down.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. Betty Boop. Like,
Yeah, I was
it's
like,
funny
it's-
because actually 14-year-olds work as waitresses.
I was going to say it's funny, Betty Boop is coming to hard times.
Yeah.
I mean,
I thought she's a grown woman.
No, she's like a teenager or something.
Really?
I don't,
Okay.
Who the fuck knows?
well, whatever. The only thing I know from her so much is her on Drawn Together.
I was
Or
gonna
her
say
parody.
Toots.
Toots on Drawn Together. Not quite the same.
That's not a proper representation of Betty Boop.
I will
No,
not
not at
stand
all.
here. Why you this man the good name of Boop in this house?
Boop. We also get to Jessica Rabbit's big song number.
Yeah, they introduced Roger Rabbit's married to her.
Yeah.
And she is since they didn't have a rough designer yet, they told Bob Hoskins imagine like the hottest girl that you can. And when he saw the actual designer, Jessica Rabbit was like, "Oh, that was more than I thought.
Yeah.
Even sexier than I thought."
We should take a quick second to just acknowledge that Jessica Rabbit is
She's very attractive.
very attractive lady.
Very attractive lady. When women try to dress up as her, it's too hard. It gets disturbing.
Yeah,
Makeup,
well,
what?
because she has huge breasts and like a super slim waist, like an hourglass figure.
Yeah, but the face too, like.
And a super high cut slit in her dress that goes almost like.
Oh yeah, because her hair like covers half of her face.
Yeah.
At all
almost,
times.
so.
Her boobs are always bouncing. I don't think they're ever still.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
She's wearing a low.
Definitely pretty racy for a kid's movie.
I remember seeing
adult
this as a
film.
kid, and I didn't understand what was happening in my body.
Yeah, I was just like, why?
I had a very similar reaction when I saw.
my pants feel funny.
I had a very similar reaction when I saw The Mask and Cameron Diaz's.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
me
you see
So it was
too.
very.
That was one
They're
of my
very
like
similar moments.
first crushes. Like, ooh,
Yeah,
she's
that's the
hot.
first direction I can remember.
Babe. Babe.
Yeah.
And yeah, she.
Babe alert. And now I've watched it later, and I'm just like, it's
Yeah,
like
but
nothing.
there's still something special to
Yeah,
it.
I know, but
There's a style.
like, it's just because like you'd never seen her before. You're like, who's she?
Who is that?
She's that girl from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. And the whole dance and song number pretty much stuns Bob Hoskins
Yeah.
to the point where he can't close his mouth.
And she's also very friendly with.
You know what?
Martha, exactly.
You know what? Got inspired by this movie, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm joking.
But it could. She turns into a vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for sure. The big song and dance number.
Well, she's immediately you peg her as a femme fatale too.
Yeah. So after the show,
Much like The Spirit.
Let's never speak of that
Sarah.
movie again.
Never talk about that. But guys, definitely go back and listen to our old episodes.
Listen to us talk about it before.
Definitely The Spirit.
Yeah, go back and listen to our old episodes, except that one.
Well,
I'm joking.
you'll eventually make it up through the entire round of our series and go, well,
If not the first time, definitely the second time.
one more time.
Guys, there are secret messages in our shows. Unlock them.
Play them backwards.
Play it back. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Backmasking.
Follow the claps. Follow the claps.
So after Jessica Rabbit's big song and dance number, we see Acme enter her room, and they start to discuss how good the show was.
Yeah.
And Bob Hoskins doing a pretty poor job of
relationship.
just standing around the corner and listening, and gets tossed out by that giant gorilla.
No, he's peeping through the door, the keyhole.
Oh yeah, that's right. And
Well,
he's
I still count as a bad job of listening by openly.
But what does he say? He's like, hey, what are you doing here, chump? And he's like, who you calling chump? Chimp?
Yeah.
But he'll pay for that because he ends up getting tossed out. Into
Luckily,
the alleyway.
right by an open window.
Yeah,
To
sure.
the room he was looking for.
Right next to the
In which we see one of the funniest jokes in the movie for me. He sees some risque noises going on, so he has a look of shock on his face, takes out his camera, starts snapping photos, which cut to the next scene when he shows to Roger, and it's them playing patty cake. Which, as we see the photos, ain't no euphemism.
No.
They're literally playing patty
They're literally
cake.
playing patty cake.
I love it. Just the hand motions,
I love how,
picture by picture.
Yeah, he's going through them so fast that it's just like...
It starts to become animated.
Yeah.
It becomes animated.
Patty
Like a flip book. He's like, patty cake! And then Arcade Maroon's like, come on.
You're not the first guy to get your heart broken by some dame.
He's like, they're not the first guy whose wife played patty cake.
And that immediately made me want to watch... what was the one with their little kids, Bugsy Malone?
Oh, yeah, Bugsy.
Bebe's kids?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the one with that Jodie
Space
Foster.
Jam?
The anniversary just passed for that one.
What?
No, the one where it's gangsters with all little kids.
Gangsters with little kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think it's
Bugsy
called Bugsy
Malone, yeah. Where the guns shoot pies.
What? There's a real movie like that?
Yeah, okay, well, alright. Future episodes, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Bugsy Malone.
For sure.
I've seen the movie Bugsy with Warren Beatty.
Yeah, no, this one does not have Warren Beatty.
No. This is like Little Rascals, but gangsters.
Really? Is it a cartoon?
No, it's
No.
live action. Jodie Foster's in it. What's his name? The guy that does
When she was young?
Yeah. No, yeah, they're all like 12.
How come I never seen this movie?
We'll get into we'll do our whole month of throwback movies.
Yeah, we'll get around to it. Don't worry. Also, because it's the 40s, and men don't really know how to deal with their feelings. Like, Roger, drink this booze.
Yeah.
It'll make you feel better.
And he reacts very similar to a Doc Brown.
What? Drinking booze?
When he takes the booze, he does not take it very well.
No, he starts
He
twitching.
explodes, yeah.
And spasming uncontrollably, turns
Well,
green.
he
and
turns
purple.
green, then he fucking explodes, and there's smoke coming out of his ears. He flies up into the air, and
Good stuff.
fucking glass shattering.
Yeah, he turns into a giant steam whistle. So loud that glass shatters within the near vicinity.
And Ellie Van's like, I don't want any of this shit. Give me my money. I'm out.
Yeah, and I understand that too, because I don't need that headache in my life.
And he's just, thanks, I needed that.
So he goes home, passes out.
Passes out because he's a drunk, and that's what they do. They drink till they pass out.
He also spots. Is that when he spots the will in the photo?
No, that's next morning.
Next morning.
Next morning, he gets woken up by the sergeant for the police, who I guess just broke into his house.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's already made the news now that the photos are out. They made the news.
Yeah.
That everyone knows that Jessica Rabbit's screwing around with Marvin Acme. which is unfortunate because Marv Acme has been found dead.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed by a safe.
Yeah, in
Dun
Toontown.
dun dun. The plot thickens.
There was talk of a will that supposedly he owns, because you find out he owns Toontown.
Yeah, which they never explained, but I guess
Yeah.
because he has all those.
Yeah, it's a real estate deal, not like a Lex Luthor.
Yeah, so it's
and-
like 1 square mile.
Yeah, which who knows how much that is in the world of Toon. It basically owns a universe.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but supposedly he was gonna give the Toons back to him, but there's no will to prove this.
Yeah, so
Eddie Valen's one of the last people seen him alive. Roger's the number one suspect because we saw him leaving distraughtly.
yeah, after seeing photos of his wife playing patty cake.
Mm-hmm. And as we're introduced to Judge Doom, playing one of the best film villains I've ever seen.
Scary.
He
as
scared the
hell.
shit out of me when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, we'll get to when I first saw this movie. I only saw the ending, which traumatized the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think most kids.
Because
it was pretty freaky.
Harrowing.
Yeah.
But he's Christopher Lloyd in just his second villain. No, his third villain role because he already done Buckaroo Banzai at that point. I was thinking of Star Trek 3.
Oh my god.
Kirk has his dog.
Wasn't he kind of bad at one point in Addams Family too? As Fester, he's kind of.
That's true.
Yeah.
But this
Kinda
is
half bad.
pre-Adams Family.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that at this point it's only like his third villainous role because he was John Big Boutte in Buckaroo Banzai. Come on, laugh. You want to laugh?
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. It's in there.
It's in there. Yeah, Kirk kills his dog in Star Trek.
And then this one where
He's
he's
just a skeletal dude. Like I say, black with a big
super
hat,
pale.
Never blinks.
Yeah,
He's
he's
wearing
got those
glasses.
weird glasses.
Skinny. He kind of looks like
He has big teeth too.
Yeah,
he looks like he's wearing caps. Like he's
What's the dude in the gyro captain in Road Warrior? Like very similar.
Yeah.
Like as if he was like that dude's asshole brother.
Excuse me.
But yeah, he's the head judge of Toon crimes.
Yeah, in Toontown.
We see all the other Acme weapons around.
Oh,
the other cops.
they're not even weapons.
Well, then what? Well, yeah, one was the
mallet
mallet
with the boxing glove that
boxing glove
comes
inside.
springing out of
where
it.
all the other cops are making fun of Valiant for being a drunk.
I think
Portable
there's
holes.
portable holes.
All the shoes get out.
Yeah, a singing sword.
Singing sword.
They had curveballs, but they never actually opened them. I was hoping they would.
This is also where we're introduced to Judge Doom's gang.
The Weasels.
The Weasels.
Yeah, there was like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be like Parody of the Seven Doors, but they only did 5.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like Smokey and Crazy and
Yeah, there's a crazy one, a couple in zoot suits.
Yeah.
Also, I remember in Jessica Rabbit's band with the crows from Dumbo.
Yeah, I noticed for the first time that when the crows are playing bass, there's one standing on top of another one. One's plucking the strings, the other one's hitting the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Very clever, guys.
Yeah, we also saw that Judge Doom has invented a way to kill tunes.
Yeah, because until
Toxic
then you couldn't
dip.
know.
The dip
The
made
dip.
of it's all
Turpentine, acetone, and benzene.
which are all paint thinners.
Yeah.
Very clever.
Ah,
And
nice.
here comes one of the very traumatizing deaths you see as a child when he takes one of the shoes,
the cartoon
which
shoe,
is very friendly, kind of purring up next to his
to his
leg
boot, yeah,
in a very sweet way. He's like, okay, well, picks it up and melts it horribly
in the dip.
in the dip, and they don't cut away. That thing, we see it die.
Yeah, you see the fear in its eyes, and
Weird
it shakes,
gurgling,
and then it just disappears into nothing.
mm-hmm. And he just comes out bloody, like a gooey.
Gooey
hand.
glove, just graphic. Too
Yeah.
graphic.
Too graphic.
It's always like the graphic Disney stuff.
You know what? Judge him looks like an anime villain.
Yeah,
Like he looks like something out of a fucking anime.
Yeah, I could see his
From
glasses.
like Helsing or something.
Yeah, straight up like Hellsinger.
I can see those glasses being like completely white over in certain
Mhm.
shots. After
Fake teeth.
after Valiant comes back from the murder scene,
Yeah, goes home to pass out.
Yeah.
Properly in a bed.
he's confronted by Baby Herman in the hallway, trying to convince him that Valiant has this will that'll get all the tunes.
Well, Acme had a will. Yeah, Acme had he tells him the will subplot,
Yeah,
and that he speaks to Roger's characters that
yeah, speaks very highly.
there's no way he could ever kill anyone.
Especially not Acme.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't he reconsider?
And he responds by, because he ain't gonna work for no Toon, kicking him almost down the stairs.
Yeah, kicking a... Well, I mean, let's also say that Baby Herman is not actually a baby. He's a 50-year-old man with a baby's body.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he also got 50-year-old man libido.
Yeah, but a 3-year-old is Winky, as he called it.
But he still loves the stogies.
Yeah, and has to slap women on the butts.
Mm.
But yeah, when he drops his stogie, he lets out a cry.
Oh, it's kind of like that character from the old, like the Warner Brothers. They had the
big baby boss.
Yeah, he's like a
related to
gangster,
Baby
but
Boss.
he's like a little short, and he plays a baby to like sneak into the house to rob it or whatever.
Like that classic Wayne's Brothers movie.
Oh, Little Man.
Little Man.
I was gonna say that Flintstones episode.
Yeah, it's a cartoon trope.
Yeah, for sure. So, deciding to get some rest, he heads into his bed.
Which is also his filing cabinet.
Yeah, that's right, the Murphy bed filing cabinet. Really cool as a kid, though.
Yeah.
What? That's cool. And that's where we run into another surprise.
And this is the buddy cop element of this comes right in off the tails of 48 Hours and Lethal Weapon, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
When 48 Hours is a perfect analogy. Because that's the thing. If it had been Eddie Murphy, it would have been two Eddie Murphys.
Too many Murphys.
You need an angry drunk one. Because Roger's there, hiding out at the man who kind of framed him. Well, not framed him, but like who exposed him. Basically, inadvertently made him the prime suspect.
Yeah. Because Roger knows that whenever there's a Toon in trouble, you can always go to Valiant and Valiant.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do a Toon right. But not anymore. Cause,
No more. Sad days.
what is it? Teddy Valiant is dead.
The one with glasses.
Yeah.
The nerdy one.
Theodore.
The Luigi.
Player 2.
Yeah.
Have we found out yet by now what happened to his brother?
They just say that Toon killed him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that a Toon had killed
They
him.
don't go into
Killed
full
by a
details about it until
Toon.
later.
Yeah. And,
They dropped a safe on him. Well, no, they dropped
No,
a
piano.
on him, yeah.
Broke his
Piano.
arm.
Yeah.
And his brother didn't make it.
Yeah, but you know he doesn't want any of this shenanigans. He's gonna throw him out, despite Roger's pleading. That
to help him. And they
yeah,
just-
that's his catchphrase, and also saying how he just wants Jessica back. So he wrote her a love letter.
Yeah, let me count the ways I love thee. 1, 1,000. 2, 1,000. 3, 1,000.
It's written in like, was it a
Lipstick.
crayon lipstick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
written in lipstick, but on a nice piece of parchment he found.
Speaking of finding, we missed a pretty important fact. That through heavy drinking, Valiant finds out that Acme does have that will.
Mm-hmm.
That when he places his empty glass on top of an old photo
It
of a patty
magnified
cake,
it.
Yeah,
it magnifies it, and just in that pocket right there,
he had it on him, and then
Yeah.
he died. Yeah, then he
in that
died.
photo, and it says will and testament. So, it does exist.
Mm-hmm. But as he's trying to get rid of Roger slapped the cuffs on him, despite the fact that Eddie doesn't have keys for them.
Yeah, Toon's got to be funny, right?
Yeah. That's when the Weasels show up to shake down Valiant.
Yeah, and real quick thinking on Valiant's part by pretending to do his laundry in the sink.
Yeah, in the sink. He's shoving Roger down there.
Yeah, to keep him
He's like,
underwater.
what you got in there?
My laundry.
Just like my dirty undies or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a dirty black sock.
This is also the first example of them laughing.
Oh yeah, be careful not to laugh too much.
Yeah, you know what happened last time. Shut up. You're idiot. Was it hyena cousins?
Yeah, they're like the hyenas in the Lion King.
Yeah.
Not quite the same end.
No.
But that's it. And while they're busting up his apartment looking for him, the main weasel's kind of toying with him.
Yeah.
And every second that he's turned around, Roger will peek up for a bit of air,
Yeah.
creating one of the best effects, like all this water splashing around.
Yeah.
And he's like spraying water out of his mouth like a fountain. Like, yeah, that's a real effect.
God damn it. Guys, I think it's like Muppets. There were no effects. The cartoon's real.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, I saw him spit that water.
Yeah, that water was there. It wasn't there before.
Mm-hmm. It's like Alf. Where is he, guys?
And where's Alf? What happened to Alf?
Oh, he's on Mr. Robot. As I said before, he's making his comeback.
Season 2, 3,
Season 2.
2.
Well, maybe he'll show more in Season 3.
Who knows? So Valiant and Roger Rabbit, while handcuffed together, go across the street to the bar.
Yeah, and one of the worst disguises, which
Oh, oversized trench coat with 2 people stuffed inside?
Yeah, where he's clearly coming out of it. Where Dolores is like, there's clearly a guy in there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's somebody in that, right?
Is there a rabbit in your pocket or you just happen to see me?
Yeah, that's her line.
So Dolores is like his on and off again.
Yeah, because we see like
Love
old
interest.
photos of them vacationing at the beach.
Yeah, in the scene where when Valiant had developed the photos of Patty Cake, there was other things on that roll, and it just happened to be their vacation photos.
And those photos also had a different looking Jessica. It was her original like line sheet design.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you look, especially like the newspaper image of her, like she looks different.
Yeah, she does a bit. Yeah.
I didn't notice.
Mostly like the hair and the dress.
Well, that makes sense.
Man, how they animated the dress was like really cool too.
The sparkly one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Yeah, we studied the Jessica Rabbit scenes quite a bit.
Very thoroughly.
It's been years of practice. So.
I know what to look for. So
Jessica Rabbit made me want to be a funny guy because I'm like, well, she likes because she likes.
She's like,
Roger
what do you
later
see in
on.
him? He's like, he makes me laugh.
Yep,
I'm told girls like a man who can make them laugh.
they do, and he's the only one who doesn't ogle her either. He just loves her. She makes him a carrot cake.
That is the joke. But that wasn't your joke. That was her joke.
I know.
So
It's cute. I loved it.
in the speakeasy, Valiant's trying to saw off the cuffs because I guess Dolores is the only one in town with tools.
Yeah, well, it's across the street too.
Yeah, it's handy. And while he's sawing on this milk crate, or not milk crate, like some crate, a wooden crate, it's wobbling too much, and he asks Roger to steady it. And he slips out of his handcuffs to steady it. Classic cartoon fashion.
Yeah.
And
He's like, you mean you could have done that all along? He's like, no, only if it's funny.
Yeah. it's yeah. He lives by his own code, man.
well, I mean, it makes sense, right? It's like how if a cartoon character doesn't look down on if there's no ground below him, he won't fall.
Yeah.
Probably.
If, there ain't cartoon with their fucking animation salt, that is. Worth their ink.
Mm-hmm. Back at the office, Jessica Rabbit tries to convince Eddie Valiant.
Yeah, because he goes there to have a shower.
Yeah, I guess after all that,
Yeah.
tries to convince him to save Roger, that he's too good of a soul, and would never do any of this stuff he's accused of.
The classic line, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
They say that. It's the classic line. It's from the book, too, apparently.
We don't know if she's flirting with him or if that's just the way she talks to people.
Yeah, she was very flirty. Very, very flirty.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually causes a bit of problem between her and Eddie Valiant and Dolores.
Mm-hmm.
When he's standing there without pants on after a shower.
Yeah.
And he's like, Dolores!
With his
what are
pants
you doing
down,
here?
yeah.
What are you doing here? But, that's I think that's her move too, right?
What?
Well, she's a seductress. She's a
yeah, it's like I said, the femme fatale. She's clearly like, you don't trust her.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the most trustworthy face.
At this point, also, Dolores explains to Eddie that they have 24 hours, or they got to solve the case by midnight, because otherwise the land ends up being sold to, what is it, Clover?
Yeah, the same one. The same one who are buying out the
streetcars.
The streetcars, which are putting guys out of work, and they head over where Roger's supposed to be hiding out, and he's just entertaining.
Yeah, the entire
the
bar. What is it? Broken Down Merry-Go-Round song?
Yeah. Which infuriates him. He's like, yeah, you're supposed to be hiding. Then, yeah, Judge Doom comes back, arrives with his weasel squads.
Mm-hmm. And Eddie and Roger go hide behind in the speakeasy room.
Mm-hmm. We get a nice joke of Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
It's a classic movie.
The
you see any rabbit, and Eddie warned Roger about one guy who would sell him out real quick.
Yeah, what's his name? Antonio.
Yeah.
Angelo,
who was like the...
scumbag?
Yeah, I was going to say scumbag. He's like the roach of the flick, but greasy, looks like a rat.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he's got my friend Harvey. It's an old side joke, guys.
Yeah, that is some pretty old.
That's some old joke.
Look it up.
Harvey, it's the
big James Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Stewart. Hey,
James
my
Stewart.
friend Harvey.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Donnie Darko was roommate of it.
Good for Angelo for sticking up for Roger.
Yeah.
Judge Doom was offering $5,000 That's some serious money even now.
Yeah. For Rabbit, man.
Yeah.
It's on the menu. And he's not even looking for like a trial. I think he's looking to execute Roger immediately.
Yeah, live on the spot.
Yeah, he's got a whole bucket of dip with him.
Oh, he's always in that paddy wagon.
Yeah.
And he knows how to lure out Roger.
Yep.
Well, first he actually finds that record, the broken down merry-go-round record,
Mm-hmm.
and he sniffs it and he's like, he's here.
Merry-go-round. It's a nice little flip.
Oh yeah, into one of the weasel's mouths.
Yeah, which almost causes them to laugh themselves to death.
Yeah, everything causes them to laugh themselves to death almost.
They're
Yeah, once again, no laughing. So yeah, the only way to lure out a toon is the old shave and a haircut bit. And guys, if you don't know shave and a haircut, I'm sure you do. It's
It's if you ever seen a Nardwar video,
yeah.
have
And,
you,
do.
I was waiting for Nardwar to pop out. Very similar to Roger Rabbit. Dude.
nice Foley work, Vince.
Oh, I think I hear a thunderstorm coming.
And apparently no toon can resist that tune.
Ah, good one. Yeah.
That was a real high five, guys.
No, just high fived himself.
But now I look
You
crazy.
give me shit.
Now
How
I
dare
look
you.
crazy. Yeah, Roger doing his best to hold it back. Can't.
Nope.
Bursts
He's
through the
fixing
wall.
for it. Yeah, he's fiending.
Yeah, really. His eyes are like turning like concentric spirals.
Yeah.
His ears are twisting up. And he bursts through the wall. 2 bits.
Grab him right by the neck and shove him right into that dip.
Yeah. Judge Doom has him right by the neck. Ready to lower him into the dip.
Yeah, whereas Eddie has the idea of have himself a drink.
Well, you know.
God damn, Eddie, really?
Now's not the time. Like, no, it's for him. And he even has to fight him on it. He's like, hey, Roger, have a drink.
Yeah, he gives him basically duck season, rabbit season into it.
Yeah, I don't want a drink. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
You guys know how it goes.
It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
It's fine. These people have
Reverse
seen
psychology.
cartoons.
Yeah.
And it causes Roger to, eyes turn green and blue.
Turn to a steam tower.
missile. And then a mini fight scene.
Yep.
Between Valiant and the Weasel Squad.
Which causes the dip to knock over,
Mm-hmm.
which Doom backs up from.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, I mean, the dip could be poisonous to humans.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's a good point. He didn't want to fuck up his shoes.
Yeah. I mean, those aren't nice shoes. Those Gestapo-like boots.
Hey man, they had to Hugo Boss.
Yeah. It's a classy look.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's still popular today.
It's still popular today.
Unfortunately.
So while the big fight scene happens, they manage to escape.
Mm-hmm.
And they go into like a paddy wagon?
They run into the Weasel's paddy wagon, which has what was the cab's name?
Benny.
Benny. He's got Benny locked up in there.
Benny the cabbie.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a cabbie, just a cab, a talking cartoon cab.
Eddie Valiant in my cab.
Wow.
Wait till I tell Eddie.
Wait till I tell that guy.
Oh man, if Ernest Borgnine played that.
Yeah, I was thinking Cabbie should have played the cab named Benny.
No, it's Charles Fleischer, actually.
I know, but it should have been fucking Ernest Borgnine, man. Mermaid Man.
Borgnine. Yeah, they drive all over. They have to escape the cops.
Mm-hmm.
They have to escape the weasels. And a really cool chase scene. I mean, for live action.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I'm not much of a chasing guy, but, they had fun with their physics. Fun with physics.
Physics are fun. So they decide to go hide somewhere while the heat cools down.
Well, they also, Jessica said that she was blackmailed
Into playing patty cake.
Yeah, that basically, Arcade Maroon said he wanted Acme to sign over the deed to
the studio.
To the studio, so he threatens Jessica, like, if you don't coerce him to do that, I will make sure that Roger never works in this town again. At least that's what she says.
Yeah.
But she's telling the truth.
Who knows?
So yeah, they're gonna go to Arcade Maroon and try to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, gonna real lay down on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
They're also gonna lay low, let the heat cool down. They go see a Goofy cartoon.
Yeah.
Apparently, Goofy's the best, the classic. Nobody does it like him. And we what is it? Roger and Eddie Valiant have a real heart to heart about why is Eddie such a grouch all the time.
Yeah, his brother was killed by a cartoon, which Roger thinks is impossible.
Mm-hmm. And all he remembers was the guy had piercing red eyes.
And a horrible high-pitched laugh.
Yeah, a shriek. I think that's what I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
A shrieking voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Also, during one of the newsreels, we see that the studio, our Maroon Studios, is going to be sold to the Cloverleaf Company.
Mm-hmm. 6 more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
I know, every time I'm like, Silver Shamrock. So I'm sure they played that tune in the...
That was the other plan. That was Cloverleaf and Silver Shamrock were two halves of the same side.
That's it.
The classic expression goes.
God damn it.
And the derailer.
God damn.
Always don't go me near trains. I'll derail them.
So
that wasn't a terroristic threat, by the way.
No.
I'm not Mr. Glass. Spoiler.
Eddie Valiant goes back to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Lies saying that he has the
will.
The will. Yeah, sorry.
And tells Roger to stand guard. He's gonna leave him in the car, and he's immediately knocked out.
Yeah, by a frying pan.
By a frying pan, by Jessica.
Yeah.
Who also tossed him into a trunk.
Into the trunk of the car, his own car.
Into a car, yeah.
It is a car. It's not his car. Yeah. So while that's happening.
No, it is his car. It is Eddie's car.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So while that's happening, Valiant's inside, putting the screws to
Maroon,
who pulls a gun on him. Which, normal people don't really pull a gun on somebody if you're innocent.
I mean, it was the 40s.
Yeah, everyone's kind of armed to the teeth. And we find out that the only way that he would be able to make money off his studio is if Acme sold as well. So we learned the plot was true.
Mm-hmm.
That Jessica was telling the truth.
And he also, Eddie traps him into a film projector.
Yeah, to squeeze the info from him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to be chewed up by the machine.
Yeah. It's like much like the kid on the escalator in Mallrats.
Yeah, he's going to get sucked into there.
Damn escalator again.
And while Maroon is giving up all this information, we see a gun peek out from behind the curtain and plug him 2-3 times in the back.
Yep.
Silencing him.
A goddamn hand cannon.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Almost like the Joker's gun in Batman.
Yeah. And Valiant looks out the window to see Jessica Rabbit running away.
Scurrying away.
Which brings us to our next big chase scene.
Yep. Chases him down to
Toontown.
To Toontown, which he's about to go in.
Yeah. He pulls over and takes out a wooden box.
A wooden box that features a cartoon 6-shooter and 6 sentient bullets.
Yeah. All of them kind of like cowboys.
Yeah.
Except for one of them was a native.
Yeah.
But,
Which fucking was the most badass ones because at least it knew what to hit.
Yeah.
Or the other ones got lost. Eddie pours out his booze.
Yeah, he's done drinking.
Yeah.
He's now going in sober.
Tosses the battle in. When he shoots the native one, actually pulls out a tomahawk.
And chops
it in half, so.
Yeah, well, the other bullets are like, I don't know where he went.
Drunk prospectors.
Yeah, they all did sound like the drunk prospector. Oh, golly.
Well, I ever seen.
And he takes off into Toontown, which is all kinds of cartoon fuckery.
It's very old school, like Max Fletcher, like when I had like VHSs of just the random cartoons.
Yeah, like 15 old cartoons.
Yeah, like ones from like the 40s or the 50s.
Yeah, it's all like Little Lulu. And
or like the Felix the Cat. Or
Buildings with faces. And
there's a musical number as soon as you go in. It's almost like this weird like intro to Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I love those tapes.
Yeah.
And Valiant sees in the window a silhouette of Jessica Rabbit. And he runs up to that building when we get a cameo from Droopy Dog.
Yeah.
As the elevator.
What floor, please?
The elevator operator.
Going down.
Yeah. And it was really cool, like, when he presses up and they fly up, Valiant's squished down into a pancake.
Yeah, you can really see how annoying. I can totally understand why Roger is not an outlier for his people. It's like dealing with Toons is irritating.
Yeah, if you're not a Toon and you're gonna be like, well, you know what? He's in their town.
Yeah,
he's in Toontown.
That's true. Different. But yeah, it's one of those things where like when they're all immortal, they have no concept of death. So they have no reverence for Eddie's mortality. Yeah, as we'll find out more and more throughout the scene.
Oh yeah, really. So while he goes up to see Jessica Rabbit, he gets in the door, and it's a decoy, and it's some kind of horribly ugly woman who I guess we're at the right light and the right angle. She looks just like Jessica Rabbit.
The right amount of shots.
Some tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery.
Nice. Tomfoolery.
Very nice.
Yeah, I got a nice on that one.
Yeah,
Ryan's back, baby.
All right, don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, embrace the brace, Vince.
I will not.
Do not.
Embrace. Embrace. Embrace.
All right, it's enough of that.
Yeah, while running away from this this imposter decoy,
he runs into a door to nothing.
Yeah, it was out of order. It was a men's room.
Yeah, it was our men's room.
And it was out of order, all right, because there was nothing there. And in classic cartoon fashion, he sees that there's nothing below his feet, and he immediately plummets. And
who cameos first? Is it hit the flagpole first or the parachute first?
Flagpole first.
Flagpole first, yeah. Catches it.
Yeah, and
that little fucker Tweety
Bird picks off his fingers.
Tries to murder him.
Pretty much.
That's, that would be
human aside.
Yeah. Because again, they have no concept of life or death. The dip was probably the best thing that ever happened to the Toons.
Yeah, a little fear.
Taught them the value of life.
And then we get the big stars.
Yeah, because in the book, they can die.
In the books, they can die,
Yeah. And that they just make clones of them, permanent, or...
They can make temporary
clones of themselves.
Almost like Mystics.
Yeah.
But this we get a big cameo from Mickey and Bugs on screen at the same time.
Yep.
Never thought I'd see the day.
And Bugs they're both offer to help. And Bugs gives them a parachute, which contains an anvil.
An anvil?
No, spare tire.
Spare tire. Yeah, spare tire.
Give me the spare. Yeah. Players want the spare. I want the spare.
Yeah, that's the thing where Bugs is clearly antagonistic, and Mickey's one of those where he's not trying to fuck over him, but he's not doing anything to stop it.
No, he's like, you don't want the spare.
Yeah, he's like he's trying to be he's the good guy though amongst those two.
Definitely.
Ain't I a stinker?
Yeah, and Eddie keeps falling all the way. I actually don't remember how he didn't die from this.
Was it because there's Toontown? That he bounces?
Yeah, I think it's probably just because he's in Toontown.
It's kind of like in the Matrix.
Yeah, I guess.
All rules of reality
Physics.
go out the window.
Yeah, because he picks up because the man-hungry dupe chases after him, and he derails her by picking up the street and throwing it into a wall.
Into a wall, and she just chases it right into a wall.
And he also where he comes face to face with the real Jessica Rabbit, who has a gun, pulls a gun on him, but in reality shoots Judge Doom behind him.
Yeah, or his shadow at least.
Oh yeah. Is that really weird runaway?
Yeah.
When he's running down the alley, and his knees are all up. Yeah, it's Dick Dastardly's like.
That's right, and we find out that Doom's behind everything.
Yeah.
You mean a guy named Judge Doom is a bad guy?
Well, hey, I trust a guy named Judge Dredd.
Well, that's a really good point. It's a very, very valid point.
Judge Dredd versus Judge Doom.
I have nothing more to say about that.
It's very much I am the law.
And yeah, we find out that Doom's behind everything. The murder, the blackmailing.
Yeah.
Just everything involved.
Yeah, and Jessica wanted to keep Roger safe, so she hit him with a frying pan.
Well, that makes sense.
I just love that delivery.
And why does he want to do all of this?
We'll get to it. The big master monologuing plan. Where she hid, for safety she hid Roger in the back seat or in the trunk, which got out when Eddie crashed.
Yep. And he took off.
Mm-hmm.
Roger did.
Yeah, Roger took off.
Doom catches Eddie Valiant and Jessica Rabbit when they go to the Acme factory, or he takes them to the Acme factory.
Yeah, because it's later where Roger is in Cabby
in the Benny
in Benny, and he gets his feet-ish tires later by the dip.
Yeah, he gets tired.
There's also the crash scene where Eddie and Jessica crash in the uncensored version. You see Jessica's dress.
I mean, I slowed down. I couldn't see anything.
Well, DVD cop, they got rid of that. It's only the old VHS.
Bummer.
You have to deal with track lines.
Well,
So it was you guys a Pruder film that shit.
if you catch it just right.
I mean, it's on Wikipedia too. Last I checked.
Well,
Back.
then
But you want to see
To
that
the
shit
left.
moving.
yeah. I
If you're
want
gonna be a perv, I mean, come on, go all out.
I
Man.
want to see the real deal, Holyfield.
Yeah.
So how does it go?
It's called
Doom.
Google.
So yeah, at the Acme factory, that's when Doom starts his big monologue.
Yeah, because he has Jessica. He has Jessica and Roger.
Yeah.
Kidnapped. He has them hoisted up in the Acme factory, and his big plan is to destroy Toontown.
Yeah.
To make way for a freeway.
A
What he calls
freeway.
a freeway.
Freeway, guys. It's
Which
40.
at that time I guess was a new thing.
It was,
because
yeah,
he's
he-
like, "What's a freeway?"
Yeah, because he says it's ridiculous. You can just take a trolley for a nickel.
Yeah, but he can't because he also owns.
But it is based on a true story when the motor industry and the tire companies teamed up to take out public transportation in LA.
Well, I didn't know that. That was
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to buy it up to dismantle it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So that
So people are
they
forced.
can make roads for cars.
And what do you say? Tire salons
Yeah.
and gas stations
Yeah, you're mad, dude. Mad.
and restaurants that will serve pre-made food.
What a hellhole that sounds like, right?
Oh God!
The
And
future.
And then he's gonna dip the entire Toontown with this a street sweeper that he modified.
Yeah,
or-
it's like looks like something from a Ninja Turtles toy line.
yeah, it's like a Mad Max knockoff.
Yeah, Mad Max or that thing from
It's
Fern Gully.
Acme.
Yeah,
Made by
but
Acme.
yeah, but it's a horrendous machine. But basically, it's just a big hose that shoots dip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a Mad Max street sweeper
Yeah,
where it would shoot like fire instead, not dip.
so yeah. So unarmed Eddie goes to assault them. He can't deal with the weasels
No.
until he realizes the best way to take them out is to just make them laugh to death. So he attacks them with slapstick.
Yeah, slapstick, and he puts on a record as well.
Classic
Some other.
Comedic vaudeville act.
Yeah, he does his vaudeville-ish.
Yeah, he's juggling explosives, which they all bonk him on the head. What else does he do? He falls into boxes, marbles on the floor. The works, you know.
Gets no, he
Pogo
he
stick.
he lands in a fucking pile of shit. Comes out on a pogo stick just to bounce straight up into a light and get
And we also have, like,
electrocuted.
We also have the hose, and the whole time building the tension, like the hose of the dip is going away from Roger and Jessica,
Then coming back.
and back to it. And the last weasel ghost,
Yeah,
the last
week-
asshole move kicks it towards.
Oh yeah,
kicks
this
the
whole time
rabbits.
that the weasels are like laughing uncontrollably because they keep making that joke. He's like, "One day you're gonna die of laughter."
Yeah.
And then they one by one started to.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess tunes can die besides just ways of the dip.
Yeah. Of laughter.
Yeah. That's sad, man.
Well, I mean, they're going out doing what you love, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
More than most.
You're gonna go with a smile.
And all the while, too, Eddie's like singing a song.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey there, I hate robbers.
That's why hearing Bob Hoskins' voice do that was amazing.
I don't know how to
Bounce
make
him off
this
the
rhyme.
wall
I'm
and kick
out
him
of-
in the nose.
No.
Nose doesn't rhyme with wall, but this does. Boom!
Yeah.
Kicks him right in the junk.
And then he finally faces off with Judge Doom,
Yep.
which he beats by gluing his feet to the floor. Wait, no, he accidentally steps in the glue.
Well, he tries to punch him, and he holds up this barrel of
This-
Acme glue,
Yeah.
and he just punches through it, and then
Gets his hand all sticky.
yeah,
his hand
and then
all
his
sticky.
hand is stuck on the steamroller.
Oh yeah, the steamroller's coming right at him.
And then his foot gets stuck in the glue, and then he tries to pull his hand off, and he does, but his foot's stuck, and then
And then here comes the scene that fucking
Yeah.
traumatized me as a kid. Is that it runs
for
him
it.
flat, and
the whole
and he
time he's
goes-
like,
It was a shocking scene, like, as a child.
yeah,
terrifyingly disturbing.
This and that scene in Young Sherlock Holmes on the fucking Spielberg and he always fucking with me as a kid. In Young Sherlock Holmes, the stained glass window comes to life.
Oh yeah, that movie.
Yes, 2D characters attacking me was like, I did not like as a child. Yeah, so Eddie goes to rescue the rabbits when all of a sudden Judge Doom, his 2D, gets up
Yeah.
and they're like, oh my god, he's a toon the whole time. He gets, what are you looking at?
Yeah, with a high-pitched voice.
Yeah, he gets up, walks over to some helium, puts it in, it starts to inflate himself, which causes his eyes to pop out.
Yeah, because they're not his real eyes.
Yeah, he's like, remember me, Eddie? When I talked in this voice? When I killed your brother? It sounded just like this! And he turns around and he's got the wild, crazy red eyes.
Yeah, they're like exploding pupils.
Yeah, they turn into daggers at one point.
His entire eyes turn into daggers, people.
Yeah.
That is the scariest thing you could ever see as a child.
The worst is when he's hopping at him. He's like Inspector Gadgeting.
Oh yeah, he's got the spring shoes.
Yeah, his arm is a buzzsaw.
And a mallet.
Yeah.
Not a mallet,
It's like
an anvil.
Yeah, it's a shape-shifting. And he tries attacking with a singing sword.
Yeah, which is
Frank
just...
Sinatra.
Yeah, it's Frank Sinatra.
Which is fine. I'm always happy to hear old Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
And Eddie ends up becoming trapped by a giant Acme magnet.
Which he's able to get rid of, what ingeniously puts a hole through it.
One of those clever Acme portable holes.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Acme brand portable holes, guys. Ain't no holes like an Acme. No, we're not actually paid for that, so please, guys, don't sue us, Acme.
Yet.
There is no Acme. I looked it up.
Oh, you
and
did?
It's like, yeah, it's
Public domain.
It's just like a generic. Well, where it started, companies used to just put Acme before their name, like Acme boots. So like when you're looking for it in the yellow pages or whatever, it would be coming up first.
Aaron A. Anderson.
Oh, yeah. and Zachary Zebediah. Exactly. Two biggest smells.
Aaron A. Anderson.
Two biggest smells in Springfield. They'll tell everybody.
Oh, see, I went for the Hot Fuzz reference.
Oh.
Aaron A. Aronson, sir.
I couldn't go with anything else.
It's okay,
with
man.
Simpsons.
This is why we make such a perfect
Yeah,
pair.
we're a good team. Good comedy team.
Damn right.
So yeah, now it's round 2 with Judge Doom
Mm-hmm.
and Eddie. Or wait, did we finish it?
Yeah, they're fighting, and then he gets the dip. He breaks the dip.
Yeah, that's right. Eddie uses a mallet, the exploding punch glove mallet, and shoots.
Well, you
at
think
Doom.
he's gonna hit him, but Doom
Sidesteps it.
Yeah, moves out of the way, and then it knocks the nozzle, or he just puts it to spray that way.
Yeah.
Or whatever, the back spray, or I think it's to empty it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking
Sprays
sprays him
Doom.
to death, and he's covered, and I'm melting.
Yeah, he wicked witches, and he just horribly melts.
Oh my god, so scary.
And then, but apparently Robert Zemeckis has the flattened out Judge Doom in his office.
Oh my god,
Fuck.
that's a carpet, I'm sure.
Yeah. But so we find out that we don't know who he was
Yeah,
as
because
a
they bring up
toon,
that whole thing. Like,
and he
I
was in a
wonder
rubber
who-
suit.
Yeah, I wonder who he really... Yes, they find his face, because they
Yeah.
drain
They're
it.
like, oh, well, we know he wasn't a rabbit.
Yeah, because the steam...
Or a mouse. Or
Yeah, because the steamroller busts through the wall dividing Toontown and the real world. And all the toons just pile out.
Yeah, that's right. They all just, like you say, pile out, and they're in the real world now.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I guess, who is Judge Doom really? Who knows?
Who knows? Some guy.
Some dude. Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, and everyone's happy that Doom's gone, but they're all worried that just because Doom's gone doesn't mean some other real estate developer won't swoop in.
Mm-hmm. But it turns out that the parchment that Rabbit wrote his love letter on
Had that disappearing ink.
Acme's
Disappearing.
and Acme had
reappearing,
written his will in the disappearing, reappearing ink.
Yeah,
which also fucked up Eddie's shirt.
yeah,
So that's a pretty shitty gag on somebody.
yeah. Well, he was a pretty shitty guy.
Yeah. Hey, it's taking your shirt.
He
Not
played, He
really.
played patty cake with a married woman.
Mhm.
Creeper. Never missed one of their shows.
And the movie ends with these cops hustling people out, saying nothing to see here. Classic.
Yeah, we also get Eddie
Porky.
and Roger finally have their big kiss.
Yeah, that's right.
And
So
Porky Pig. That's all, folks.
Yeah, that's all, folks. It.
That's all, folks.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, I like that. Yeah.
Oh, good times.
and that was all, folks.
This film ages so well.
It really does. You know, like I was admiring all the practical effects of it,
Yep.
and even movies today which do use practical effects still don't seem to cut it.
It just wouldn't be the same. Like if they tried redoing this with like CG characters.
Well, they
Oh my
weren't they
God.
supposed to make a sequel?
I would
Like it's
say
been.
It would make sense if they did, but it's like, well, yeah, really, they'd want to because of how popular it was. But like, I don't think what other story can you tell? Like it is like it's like a sequel to The Big Lebowski.
Yeah, the story's
It's like
done.
the story's done. Like they're gonna get into trouble again. Come on, guys. Like, Charm. What's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong because they didn't make it.
No, this movie was.
They haven't tried a gritty reboot yet.
Yeah, but they don't. Right, like I'm reading this, and Zemeckis is saying the current corporate Disney culture, the current studio management of the Walt Disney Company, has no interest in Roger, and they certainly don't like Jessica at all.
Yeah.
It's too racy.
Well, whatever, man. No, that just
It's not
makes
this
it
movie. There is a lot of like this movie couldn't fly now, like it was in
the world of Sausage Party.
What?
In the world of Sausage Party.
Yeah, but no, but not like because that's an adult movie. This movie was.
This was for kids.
This is a PG movie. You know?
This is this is like
It's a family
this is
movie.
a perfect family movie because I think it works for every age.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. God damn it.
it does. I'll definitely show this to my kids one day.
For sure. Probably at the same age when I saw it, because, give them a little fear.
I saw it in the theater, like when it came. That's
No, you're
just
old.
to date how old I
Yeah.
Old man Vince.
Old man Vince.
They just don't make them like they used to.
Well, neither does Zemeckis, to be fair.
Yeah, that's right. Which I expect nothing less from him.
Yeah. Well, he went all crazy with the CG animation.
Yeah, but...
The horrible cross. It was like crossbreeds of tunes. Those were like horrible crossbreeds. They started intermingling.
No.
See, that's what we could have seen was the weird race war that came between tunes and humans.
Tunes and humans.
And now they have the dip.
We have a chance to fight back.
We have a chance to fight back. Yeah, Bob Hoskins yelling at Roger, "You were the chosen one."
You could have ended it.
As he's sliding the dip.
So, guys, I mean, I think I know how we're all going to rate this, but let's go around.
This is
terrible.
Unabashedly good.
Yeah.
In every way. I mean, it's one of the things. Roger is incredibly annoying, but he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of gives him that. But I find his relationship with Jessica so charming. I love the style of 2D and real life. I never get enough of that.
For sure.
And I wish we had more.
Unless it's done terribly, like in Cool World.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even,
maybe
but see,
then.
I still like the aesthetic of Cool
Yeah,
World. Like
yeah.
I still like looking at Cool World. Like it's still like I love to. I just don't get to pay attention to the story. But put on mute at a party, I'll still look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a shallow person, guys. I'm gonna say.
No, it's
Ladies.
I'm gonna say this. It's a good movie, and it's also an ugly movie.
Why?
Because of the dip, man, that shit scared the hell out of me as a kid. Even watching it now, when
Is
we're
it
watching
is it the worst Disney death?
It's just when he's being run over by the steamroller, and he's going.
Yeah, and you just see it.
Like, those are not human sounds.
No, they were tune sounds. It's when the eyes pop out and you see him behind the legs.
Ah.
Oh,
God.
it's so good.
Oh, man.
So good. Scare the kids, man. Scare kids.
Scare kids young.
It's like Don Bluth said, as long as it has a happy ending, you can show kids with anything.
That's right.
Except, well, not anything. Don't.
Well, within reason.
Yeah.
All dogs go to heaven.
Yeah, a happy ending. I mean, it's not like, well, no. I was gonna say you can't show them anything. Like, well, Irreversible has a happy ending.
All right.
Technically.
So we're. I guess it's time. That means it's time for shameless plugs time.
When Ryan goes too far.
So don't forget, you can always find us on gbupodcast@gmail.com. Send us all your hate mail, your death threats, all the movie recommendations. If you want to be a guest, that's another place you can reach us.
We talked about guys already showing an interest.
Yep, that's right.
Whereas,
We got write-in questions, so if you guys have questions you want to hear on air, we'll probably read them. Nothing else going on.
Guys,
Probably not though, but
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'll do it. I'll lend my dulcet tones. Guys, if you want to pick up a deck of cards, you thumb through it, you find the wild card, that's me. RTB. Wild card.
find us on Facebook, facebook.com/GBU podcast, where we update our stuff every so often.
Every week, we
Yeah,
try to
totally.
flood you guys, but
Make sure
you can't get enough of us.
we're giving
We're
you
trying to keep up to your
the
demand.
quality and content that you need. And of course,
so
YouTube.
that's what we strive for here.
Yeah, drink it in, man.
GBU podcast, perfection only. Find us on YouTube, because that's where we release all this stuff. YouTube.com GBU podcast. I don't know. Figure it out.
Find us anyway. If you want us as cartoons doing this show, sponsor it.
Yeah.
We will animate this.
Could happen.
We
We're
will
gonna
be tuned.
petition for Disney.
At least one of us could be a toon. For all you know, I am a toon.
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually met him in real life.
Yeah.
And we're also on Twitter now. You can reach us direct. Twitter it's at GBU Podcast 514. Get those numbers in. All three of them.
We'll get the toll-free number up soon.
Yeah. Just
For
flash
our
it at the
donation
bottom.
drive.
P.O. Box.
We'll have the GBU tote bags and umbrellas coming soon.
Yeah, for
Get that merch out.
For our big donators.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So
toothbrushes.
yeah, see you next week.
That's all, folks.
Oh, fuck. Nice.